I went to my local supermarket in Australia. This is all I could find, but I'm not sure if I should say a size joke, but let's pretend I did. Anyway. Today we combined one of New York's most famous sandwiches with the Smashburger. The amazing idea came to me one day when I was scrolling through TikTok watching someone make a chopped cheese, and I was like, hey, why are they cooking the beef mince? Why aren't they getting all of that tasty brown crust and working it into the chopped cheese? So that's what we're going to do today. Starting off chopping some iceberg lettuce as fine as possible. Next up, we're slicing some tomatoes as thin as possible as well. Next up, we have some capsicum, and this one you want to be dicing instead of slicing into nice and even cubes. And finally, you want to dice a red onion. This one you want to dice to the same size as your capsicum. So now that we have all that boring ingredient prep out of the way, it is time to start chopping our cheese and smashing our patties. As my grill comes up to temp, I'm going to add some butter on there. So what all this butter is going to do is allow these onions and capsicum to soften up and caramelize. And so now that we've got some color on our onion and capsicum, we're going to add in our garlic because we don't want it to burn while the rest caramelizes. So now that all of our vegetables are soft, we're going to move it to the side and make way for the main event, our smashed patty. And now with all this beautiful meat exposed, we're going to start to season. So I'm going to go in with some garlic powder, a bit of onion powder, a bit of paprika, just a pinch of Mexican chili, and then just a tiny bit of sea salt. Not a tiny bit, like an actual amount. And once again, you know the rules. Once the edges start to curl up and you see the juices bubble through, it is time to flip. Boom, look at that beautiful crust. And now, instead of cheesing this thing, we're going to get a bit violent.
Combo!
And this is where our smashed patty becomes the chopped cheese. Or chopped, it doesn't have the cheese yet. Now we're going to turn the temperature from high to medium and really begin working in these veggies and all the juices. Now while that's sitting there marrying all together, we're going to start preparing our bread roll. Now every time I see a chopped cheese, the roll is massive. They're eating these big hoagie rolls and I'm like, yeah, I want some of those. I went to my local supermarket in Australia. This is all I could find, but I'm not sure if I should say a size joke, but let's pretend I did. And you can toast yours, but controversial, I don't want mine toasted. I want my bun to absorb all of those juices instead of, you know, like not get soaked up in it. So what we're going to do is remove some of this inside filling. Nice little snap. And before we start dressing, we want to put the cheese on top of here to melt. So I get some of our mayo. Here I'm using a fermented hot sauce. And then get our tomato sauce. Now for the final component of the chopped cheese is chopping with the cheese. Yum. And then we're going to lay in some of our very thinly shredded lettuce, tomato slice that we should have cut in half. Nice. They smell good though. And finally some pickles if you like. And now we wrap it up. Ooh, chopped cheese. And now before we dig into this thing, you can't forget the bev. That was pretty corny, but alright, anyway. Cheesy, tons of seasoning, thin cut lettuce working perfectly, pickles. Even the mayo and the sauces are working very well. I thought it'd be a bit too much, but it's great. The only downside is I burned the onions, and that's because I left them on the hot plate. But besides that, beautiful. It was a smart move, not toasting the bun, because it's actually absorbed everything and it's so nice. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know what you want to see next in the comments.